Hello there, thank you for joining us. Welcome to Nightline. I'm Handy Gui. Let's dive into the news. Sarawak is considering setting up a state-owned vocational school or training centre so that students with disabilities OKU can pursue their studies after Form 5 locally. Minister of Welfare, Community Wellbeing, Women, Family and Childhood Development Dato Sri Fatima Abdullah said, currently these students who want to attend vocational school must go to Kuala Lumpur as there is none here.
However, not many parents are willing to part with their children and crossing the South China Sea to further their studies as they worry about their safety.
Jadi kita membuat keputusan sekarang ini kita sendiri wujudkan sebuah sekolah vocational untuk negeri Sarawak. Kita belum lagi putuskan sama ada ia dalam bentuk sekolah vocational ataupun ianya diwujud sebagai satu kompleks latihan OKU, ya. Sebab kalau sekolah vocational maknanya ada beberapa perkara yang perlu kita atur dulu, iaitu kebenaran daripada kerajaan persekutuan. Tapi kalau kita
As an alternative step, the ministry wants to establish a special training centre for the disabled by the state government. She said the discussion include the form of the school, which courses for which type of disabilities, and the concept must be agreed on first.
Jadi lain sikit, ya. Jadi ini tengah kita bincang. Satu dari segi bentuknya sama ada ianya akan menawarkan jenis kursus latihan kemahiran jenis apa untuk kumpulan OKU yang bagaimana. Sebab OKU ni berbagai-bagai. Ada OKU cacat penglihatan, ada yang cacat pendengaran, ada yang dari segi OKU masalah pembelajaran, ada OKU cacat dari segi fizikal.
Meanwhile, the ministry is targeting to get a paperwork done this year. When asked on how soon this can be implemented, she said that it depends on how soon the concept paper can be completed, and it may start off as a pilot project at an existing facility before moving on to a permanent place. However, Fatima says location and training centres has not been identified yet so far. She does not reject the possibility of being successful. It will implement on a small scale from the beginning. The training centre is clearly intended to provide professional training to get a certificate that finally can be used for job opportunities according to qualification, in addition to enhancing skills.
Now, following the same development, Fatima presented the Volunteers Welfare Grant to 138 recipients. According to the chairman of the Blind People's Association, Isak Ngau, the aid has assisted in utilities bills as part of their expense.
Kami dapat peruntukan daripada Jabatan Kebajikan grant untuk pertubuhan, grant aktiviti sejumlah RM20,000 untuk tahun 2020. Dan grant ini kita telah jadikan untuk membantu ahli-ahli kita lah dalam bentuk one off.
Saya memang bergantung sepenuh dengan pendapatan kerja ini, kerja tu juru urut. Jadi sekarang memang ada semua pendapatan yang kita simpan yang sebelum-sebelum ini. Memang kalau ini berterusan, memang kita perlu sokongan daripada pihak lainnya kerajaan untuk membantu.
Dalam keluarga saya seorang cik makan sebab isteri saya kurang sihat, jadi ada beban sikit lah sebab saya perlu bayar sewa kedai, saya perlu bayar sewa rumah, anak seorang masih sekolah dan makan minum rumah semua saya seorang satu orang yang cari lah. Memang beban lah bagi saya lah.
Right. Meanwhile, Chief Minister Dato' Patinggi Abang Johari Tun Openg received a courtesy call from Sarawak Unity Foundation YPS Deputy Chairman Tan Sri Dr. George Chan. During the 45 minutes meeting, the Chief Minister was given an explanation on the goal of the 5-year strategy of the foundation to help promote unity and foster harmony between the people of Sarawak through the exchange of culture and education. Sarawak Unity Foundation, in a statement, announced a program that aims to foster interest and appreciation to local cultures and traditions. It is a part of the foundation's 5-year plan, in addition to increasing cultural appreciation through cultural research at local and international universities. Established in 1994, the foundation has always committed its effort to foster and maintain unity and harmony among Sarawakians. Right, moving on. The Sarawak Ministry of Welfare, Community Wellbeing, Women, Family and Childhood Development received a total of 199,797 Kenyalang Gold Card, also known as KGC applications, as of January 22nd since it was introduced in March. Its Minister Dato' Sri Fatima Abdullah said a total of 133,274 cards have been distributed to the applicants. However, so far less than 30% of cards are yet to be claimed by the applicants. Following this, Fatima said the ministry is making an effort through various methods to ensure that every applicant can receive their card.
Senarai Kenyalang Gold Card, nama-nama mereka diletak atas papan notis, misalnya di muka, diletak di atas papan notis. Kenyalang Gold Card sudah sedia untuk dituntut, sila tuntut daripada pejabat kebajikan. So we use all means, notis seperti itu, call dan kemudian melalui ketua masyarakat, melalui pusat khidmat supaya mereka datang untuk mengambil kad.
The Sarawak Malays and Trades Union Congress, also known as MTUC, welcomed the Bantuan Khas Sarawak Kusayang 5.0 Assistance Package that was introduced by Chief Minister Dato' Patinggi Abang Johari Tun Openg in the effort to alleviate the burden faced by the people during this pandemic.
Inisiatif dari Kerajaan Negeri Sarawak satu inisiatif positif lah. Ada beberapa inisiatif yang example itu rental untuk SME yang disuspendkan about 6 months. That's a good move.
At the same time, Loh said the Sarawak government should provide a wage subsidy to employers in the state to help maintain employment and increase spending.
Especially private sector. Oleh sebab MCO, a lot of business has to close. And even if they open business, revenue dan volume pun turun. So oleh itu, ability majikan untuk simpanan pekerja dan bayar gaji pun compromise. So kalau state government dapat berikan subsidi untuk gaji pekerja, dan ini satu inisiatif we believe would help.
Welcome back. Now on to the COVID-19 development. 2 deaths due to COVID-19 were reported in Sarawak on Friday. This brings the total number of COVID-19 fatalities in the state to 24.
Kes kematian ke-23 merupakan kes 2775. Seorang warga negara tempatan berumur 48 tahun dimasuk ke Hospital Miri pada 19 Januari 2021. Kena mengalami kesukaran pernafasan. Kes disahkan meninggal dunia pada jam 2 pagi 21 Januari. Kes kematian ke-24 merupakan kes 2,182, seorang lelaki tempatan umur 66 tahun, masuk ke Hospital Sibu pada 17 bulan Januari dan beliau disahkan meninggal dunia pada jam 3.11 pagi ini.
Meanwhile, Sarawak recorded 299 new positive COVID-19 cases on Friday, bringing the cumulative total in the state to 2,931 cases. Sibu recorded 168 cases, Miri recorded 28, Kuching 9, Kanawit 7, Sri Aman 7, Lubuk Antu 7, Subis recorded 2, and Bintulu recorded 1. Kuching, Sibu, Miri, Beluru and Kanawit remain red zones with a total of 1,400 local transmissions reported in the last 14 days. Sabau and Dalat districts also maintain their status as an orange zone with 50 local transmissions reported in the past 2 weeks.
Right. According to the Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Noor Hisham Abdullah, the COVID-19 antigen rapid test kit RTK-AG should be conducted by a trained operator. Dr. Noor Hisham said the RTK-AG is used when the turnaround time for the real-time reverse transcription polymerase chain reaction technique is more than 48 to 72 hours or if the RT-PCR test is not available. Recently, Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin was reported as saying that Malaysia was one of the first few countries in the world to use RTK-AG as COVID-19 screening test, and the health minister had been using it since June last year. The kit was evaluated by the National Public Health Laboratory and the Institute of Medical Research to ensure compliance with the standards required and later approved by the Medical Device Authority for wider use in the community. There is currently more than 70% utilization of intensive care units ICU beds in treating COVID-19 patients in several states throughout the country.
The states include Johor, Melaka, Perak, Kedah, Sarawak, Sabah and Kuala Lumpur. Selangor alone reported over 64% utilization of the intensive care unit beds. According to Health Director General Dr. Noor Hisham Abdullah, the rising number of COVID-19 cases recently have contributed to these utilization rates. This would mean that the use of ICU beds for critical treatments will also be increased. Currently, there are 1,009 ICU beds at COVID-19 hospitals throughout the country. The current rate of usage of these beds is at 71%, including non-COVID-19 patients. From the 1,009 ICU beds, 548 were allocated for COVID-19 patients. Meanwhile, the total number of ventilators for COVID-19 hospitals are 1,908 units, with a utilization rate of 43%.
Now, moving on, Top Glow's initiatives in providing employment to over 9,000 Malaysians has been received positively. However, the safety and welfare of the workers would need to be prioritized.
According to Senior Minister Security Cluster, Dato' Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob, the company will ensure that all its potential workers undergo COVID-19 swab tests to prevent possible new outbreaks. The workers will also be provided with a conducive working environment and accommodation facilities. To bridge the employment gap, the company announced that it is offering over 9,000 job opportunities to Malaysians this year by kicking off a year-long recruitment drive via its first virtual career fair. The target comprises 4,000 positions for local workers, 2,300 positions for university and technical vocational fresh graduates, 2,000 interns and trainees, and 700 experienced Malaysian employees.
The use of the COVID-19 vaccine among Muslims in the country is in accordance with the views of Islamic figures and global fatwa institutions.
The Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Religious Affairs, Datuk Sri Dr. Zulkifli Muhammad Al-Bakri, said he has also taken the initiative to write letters to international Muslim scientists to know of their personal views. This includes Sheikh Al-Azhar Sheikh Dr. Ahmad Al-Tayyib, Chairman of the Arabic Fatwa Council of the United Arabic Empire, Sheikh Abdullah Ben Bayah, and members of Majma Fuqaha Al-Sharia American Company, Sheikh Dr. Muhammad Al-Zuhaili. Explaining further, Zulkifli said his party will continue to provide the best understanding and enlightenment to Muslims in the country regarding the vaccine issues. He stressed that any laws passed would have nothing to do with personal interests, but more to do with solving general problems in the Muslim community.
Malaysia is maintaining its gross domestic product growth target of between 6.5% and 7.5% for 2021. This is despite the emergency declaration and the second round of the movement control order enforcement.
According to Finance Minister Tengku Datuk Seri Zafrul Tengku Abdul Aziz, the stability and persistency of policies are crucial in controlling COVID-19 and enabling the country to be on the path of economic recovery. Tengku Zafrul said the country had recovered around 15.4 billion ringgit in cash and physical assets that were linked to the 1MDB development Berhad. He said Malaysia is committed to securing the remaining assets above and beyond what it had achieved today, regardless of the COVID-19 situation.
Welcome back. A man narrowly cheated death when the four-wheel drive vehicle he was in nearly fell into Buloh River, Simunjan district. 49-year-old Dihajesna Thomas was lucky when his front tires stopped him from skidding off into the river. The incident happened at around 8:15 p.m. when the victim allegedly entered the wrong lane towards the jetty while on his way back home. Spokesperson for the Fire and Rescue Department confirmed the incident when the victim safely escaped from the vehicle and was found in a safe condition. Earlier reports revealed that the public informed the Fire and Rescue Department that the vehicle fell into a river in Simunjan district, and a team of personnel was dispatched onto the scene. The operation commander at the location confirmed that no vehicle fell into the river, only a vehicle with its front tires stuck and nearly falling off the jetty. Right, the Royal Malaysian Navy is expected to receive the remaining 2 littoral mission ships LMS in August and November this year. Chief of Navy Admiral Tan Sri Muhammad Reza Muhammad Sani said that the first LMN received last year had joined the RMN fleet on January 17 to carry out patrol and maritime surveillance duties, while the second LMS had just been received on January 14. He said that all the LMS would join the 11th LMS Squadron to carry out search and rescue efforts and to enforce Malaysian maritime law. The 3 helicopters would be delivered on October 30th, 2022, while the second unit on May 31st, 2023, and the last would be on February 28, 2024. Now moving on to the sports news. Experienced coach in Malaysian football, Irfan Bhakti, has begun his official duty as the manager of Kuching City FC squad.
The first day of training was more of a meet and greet session between him and the squad. Irfan also shared his relief following the announcement of the conditional movement control order in the state, which enables the team to undergo training that differs from the preparations that teams in West Malaysia are undergoing. Although just together with the new Malaysian League newcomers, Irfan still misses to bring Kuching City FC eligible to the Super League competition on the next season.
Former world champion team Go Vishem Tan Wee Kiong continues to show an excellent performance when they successfully qualified to the quarterfinals of the Thailand Toyota Open Badminton Tournament in Bangkok. The 2 professional players will face national rivals Aaron Chia and So Woi Yik in the quarterfinals on Saturday.
pair moved forward after defeating host nation Permata Jomko Kitinopong Kedren 21-15, 16-21, 21-15 in the second round match at Impact Arena. Meanwhile, Aaron Wui Yik continued their form when they won 21-12, 6-21, 21-12 against Leo Rolly Carnando Daniel Martin from Indonesia. Wei Kyong said it was difficult going through 3 matches back-to-back, going a little slow in the second match after he made some unintentional mistakes. Nevertheless, the pair showed up in the third match.
All social activities and gatherings in longhouses and villages throughout Sarawak are now disallowed. This was said by the Sarawak Disaster Management Committee Chairman Datuk Amar Douglas Uga Embas. The decision reached at the SDMC meeting today takes effect immediately until further notice, following the surge in COVID-19 cases. Uga also said SDMC has tightened the Standard Operating Procedures (SOP) for funerals in Movement Control Order and Conditional Movement Control Order areas in the state. He revealed that for CMCO areas, only a maximum of 50 people are allowed to attend the funeral ceremony, while the ceremony at the burial ground can only be attended by a maximum of 30 people. Uga also appealed for understanding from the affected families to comply with this latest ruling, even though funerals are sensitive and sentimental matters to them. More than 1,080 head of households from 67 longhouses in Selangor district received Bantuan Khas Sarawak Kusayang food baskets. This is following the implementation of the movement control order in the area. Assistant Minister in the Chief Minister's Department, Bumi Putra Law and Custom, Datuk John Sikitaya said the food baskets were distributed in a few areas that are under the movement control order. A total of 264 BKSS food baskets were sent to Rumah Sulang Mal 88 and Rumah Dika Anthony Sungai Anak, which were then distributed to the longhouses in the area. John urged every community leader and village chief in this area to play an active role. Among them are the tightening of movement control order standard operating procedures at the longhouses, as well as to disallow social activities and gathering. A village irrigation and drainage system's main use is to prevent floods from occurring. The system is also crucial in ensuring that the flow of river and seawater can be used for agriculture. Demak Laut Assemblyman Dr. Haslan Abang Hipni said a good water and drainage management system will definitely benefit the residents. For those who live near the river, an irrigation system also plays a crucial role during high tides and the monsoon season. With regards to this, the facilities would need to be upgraded and monitored at all times. He said this while surveying a bridge project in Kampong Sungai Bako recently. At the same time, he hopes that the locals can keep the drains clean by not throwing garbage in it to prevent it from being clogged. Now moving on, the safety features of tambang boats and passengers alike need to be taken seriously. According to Datuk Haslan, tambang operators and their passengers should take their safety seriously, especially when using the service. He stressed the use of safety jackets no matter the travel distance. This is because accidents can happen anywhere and at any time. He said this after handing over 130 safety jackets to 10 tambang operator in the Tapang Balang River. Meanwhile, Dr. Haslan also advised tambang operators to practice the standard operating procedures of the conditional movement control implemented throughout Sarawak to curb the spread of COVID-19. He emphasized that every boat operator is limited to only 12 people to practice physical distancing within the boat. Well, that wraps up the Nightline. With that, I'm Handy Gui. Thank you for joining us. Have a pleasant night.